The state most Americans kind of forgot about. And that's exactly why you should be paying attention right now. While everyone fights over overpriced boxes in Texas and Florida, West Virginia is sitting here with mountain views, acres of land, and houses that cost less than a new truck. Today, I'm showing you 5 properties, starting at $225,000 and dropping all the way down to $39,900. And there's actually one where the annual property tax is just $67. Yeah, not a typo, $67. If you're tired of renting, tired of being priced out, or just tired of pretending that a $500,000 starter home is normal, stay until the end. And subscribe to my channel, Tiny Bucks Houses, if you want to see more states like this. 5.5 acres, a lake under 3 miles away, and all of it for $225,000. Try getting any of that in most parts of this country. You can't. 3 bedrooms, 1 bathroom, just over 1,500 square feet. But the moment you walk in, the cathedral ceilings make it feel twice that size. The living room and dining area flow together under those high ceilings, the kind of space that actually feels like a home and not a floor plan. The kitchen is country style with solid wood cabinetry, a gas stove, and enough counter space to actually cook a real meal. Next to it, there's a separate dining nook that catches the morning light through a big window. 3 bedrooms overall with a nice natural flow between them. The layout feels simple and practical. Nothing complicated, just easy living. There's a bit of flexibility here too, so the spaces can really adapt to whatever you need. Now, let's go outside, because this is where $225,000 starts to feel like a steal. 5.5 acres of open green land backed by thick Appalachian forest. There's a covered front porch, a back deck for morning coffee, an attached garage, and a large workshop building with enough room for a tractor, tools, or a full woodworking setup. They've already taken care of the expensive stuff. New heating and cooling system, new deck out back, and a metal roof overhead. City water, private septic, and $456 a year in property taxes. Now let's talk about the location. 1,000 people, no traffic lights, no chain restaurants, the kind of place where your neighbor waves whether they know you or not. But here's what puts Sutton on the map. Sutton Lake, less than 3 miles from this front door. Kayaking, fishing, swimming, right there. Baker's Run and the wildlife management area sit just beyond it for hunting and hiking. You don't need a vacation when you live next to the thing people take vacations for. The honest downside, 1 bathroom for 3 bedrooms. That's going to test your patience on a weekday morning, and the kitchen could use some love. But at this price, you're buying the land and the location. The rest is just paint and plumbing. So, 5.5 acres, a lake down the road, a workshop out back, and a home you can move into tomorrow, all for $225,000. And this is the most expensive property on the list. From here, the prices only go down. This one is not for everyone, and that's exactly what makes it special. Nearly 10 acres. No neighbors, no HOA, no sound except a brook running through the property. For $150,000, you're buying a life most people only talk about on Reddit. 2 bedrooms, 2 full bathrooms, just over 1,500 square feet across 2 floors. The outside looks like it grew out of the hillside, dark cedar shake siding, weathered and natural, sitting in a hollow surrounded by nothing but trees. This is not a house that's trying to impress anyone. It's a house that's been here, quietly, for over 40 years. Inside, the ground floor opens up into a kitchen dining space with a cast iron wood stove right in the center. It's not a magazine kitchen, it's a kitchen where someone actually cooks every single day. Hardwood floors transition into slate tile, giving the space a handmade feel that no builder would ever replicate on purpose. The living room has a vintage fireplace mantel, slate tile floors, and enough space to actually sit and read without a TV screaming at you. There's also an extra room downstairs, so the layout stays flexible and can adapt to whatever you need it to be. Outside is where this property becomes something else entirely. Garden beds everywhere, brick-lined herb gardens, flower beds, a stone well feature, daffodils along the creek. There are outbuildings for storage, a covered back porch with a clear polycarbonate roof so you can sit in the rain without getting wet, and 9.57 acres of forest climbing up the hollow behind you. The water comes from a private well. Septic is private. The property naturally protects its own water source thanks to the tree cover uphill. Property tax, $447 a year. This whole setup was designed for someone who wants to live off the land, not off the grid necessarily, but close to it. Now let's talk about the location. You've probably never heard of it. Population is barely a dot on the map. Hardy County, tucked into the mountains near the Virginia border. There's no nightlife. There's no delivery app that reaches here. But here's what nobody tells you. The Potomac Highlands has some of the darkest skies on the entire East Coast. People drive hours just to stargaze here. You'd walk outside in your socks. The honest downside, heating is wood, which means real work. Splitting, hauling, feeding the stove at 2 a.m. when the temperature drops. And 2 bedrooms means this isn't built for a big family. But for a couple, a solo buyer, or someone who's been dreaming about homesteading and actually means it, $150,000 for nearly 10 acres, a creek, gardens, and total privacy? That math doesn't work anywhere else. Here it does. So let's put it all together. Nearly 10 acres, a creek, a wood stove, gardens, and not a single neighbor in sight. All of that for $150,000. And the prices keep moving as because next we're heading into territory that starts to feel almost impossible. Under $100,000 for a 3-bedroom house on 5.5 acres with a river at the edge of your property. That's not a typo. That's Little Birch, West Virginia, built in 1949. From the road, it looks like what it is, a solid, no-nonsense home that's been standing here for over 75 years. And the price was just cut $13,000. The first thing you notice inside is the wood. It looks like somebody's grandparents lived here for decades, kept everything clean, and never chased a single trend. The kitchen is the surprise. Butcher block countertops, real ones, not laminate pretending, gas stove, granite backsplash. It's not new, but it's a kitchen with actual personality. Someone put thought into this. Off the kitchen, there's a sunroom, windows wrapping around 3 sides, a built-in desk running the length of the wall, looking straight out into the trees. The living room opens up right away, wide, bright, and easy to be in. You get natural light pouring through the windows, and the whole space just feels calm and uncomplicated. The bedrooms keep that same rhythm, nothing overdone, just simple and solid. And then there's the main bathroom, still holding on to its original late 40s character. The color, the fixtures, it's all still there. It's not trying to be modern at all, but somehow that's exactly what makes it interesting. Downstairs, a full unfinished basement. Concrete block walls, concrete floor, framing already started for another room. This is your blank canvas, workshop, storage, extra bedroom, gym, whatever you need. The space is real, and nobody's charging you for potential that isn't there yet. Heating matters in West Virginia winters. You've got 3 systems, wood stove, electric baseboard, and a propane wall unit. That's not just redundancy, that's independence. Power goes out? Light the stove. Propane runs low? Flip on the electric. You're covered no matter what. Now outside, 5.5 acres. The front is open and green with the paved driveway running up to the house and that 2-car garage beside it. Behind the house, the land slopes into trees and keeps going. And at the property line, the Little Birch River. Not a drainage ditch, not a seasonal creek, a river, year-round. As for the area, let's be real. There's no downtown, there's no strip mall, but Route 19 puts you in Sutton in about 15 minutes and in Summersville in about 30. Grocery runs, gas, medical, all a short drive away. You're not off the grid, you're just off the noise. And here's something most people overlook about this part of West Virginia. Summersville Lake is half an hour south. Crystal clear water, cliffs, diving, kayaking. Locals call it the Little Bahamas of the East. The Gauley River, one of the best whitewater runs in the country, is right there too. You're not moving to the middle of nowhere. You're moving to the middle of some of the best outdoor recreation on the East Coast, and almost nobody's figured that out yet. So yeah, a river, a garage, a basement, and 5.5 acres of land for under $100,000. That's hard to beat. But the next house might actually do it, not with more land, not with more space, just by being ready, completely, immediately ready, at a price that doesn't make sense. Property number 4, $55,000. That's not a down payment. That's not a deposit. That's the whole house. This is the kind of listing that makes you check the address twice, because in most of America, $55,000 doesn't buy you a parking spot. Here, it buys you a home that someone clearly loved, and you can see it the moment you step inside. The living room is painted in soft tones, a deep teal accent wall, modern furniture, a mounted TV. It's small at just under 185 square feet, but it's been treated like a real room, not an afterthought. This is not a house that was neglected and dumped on the market. Someone lived here, raised a family here, and took care of it. The kitchen flows directly off the living room, a small dining spot tucked into the corner. There's a stove, a fridge, and enough counter space to make dinner without bumping into walls. 2 bedrooms on the main floor, both easy and practical in their own way. The main one has enough space to fit different setups without ever feeling crowded. The second bedroom is just as flexible. The bathroom sits right between them, clean, updated, and simple. Nothing overthought, just an easy, modern space that works. The lot is about an acre. The yard is level, green, and fully fenced. Chain link all the way around. For dogs, for kids, for a garden, for just sitting outside and not staring at your neighbor's wall. There's a covered rear porch off the back. The house sits on a hillside lot, with the road in front and the yard climbing behind it. Classic West Virginia layout. Brick construction with a red standing seam metal roof overhead. This house was built in 1936, and it's still standing solid. Now let's talk about the location. This is the part where most channels would either skip the town or sugarcoat it. We're not going to do that. McDowell County is a place that's been through a lot. The economy has changed, the population is smaller than it used to be, and the town is still figuring out what comes next. That's real. But so is the price. $55,000 for a move-in ready brick home with gas heat, central air, a fenced yard, and new appliances. That kind of offer simply doesn't exist anywhere else in the eastern United States. Your monthly mortgage here would be less than most people's phone bill. Either way, here's what's on the table. A brick home, a metal roof, a fenced yard, a fireplace, new appliances, central air, all for $55,000. Property tax under $300 a year. Sometimes the best deal isn't the prettiest zip code. It's the one that lets you actually own something. And then there's this one, the one that made me stop scrolling, because when you see the price and the tax bill on this one, you're probably going to think something's wrong. Nothing's wrong, it's just West Virginia. $39,900 and an annual property tax of $67. I told you at the beginning of this video that number wasn't a typo. Now here it is. That's less than a monthly streaming subscription. That's less than 1 dinner out. 3 bedrooms, 1 bath, 816 square feet, sitting on 2.5 acres of wooded, secluded land. A 1952 bungalow with a metal roof, new vinyl flooring, and new windows for under $40,000. At $49 per square foot, this is the cheapest property per square foot in the entire video. Now, let's be upfront. This is not move-in ready. The listing calls it an investor special, and it is. The exterior needs work. Inside, someone already started the job. New vinyl plank flooring runs through every room, clean, light-toned, consistent. Several windows have been replaced. The bones of the layout are simple and clear. Kitchen in the center with a butcher block countertop island. It's small, but it's been touched up with intention. The bathroom has been redone. Glass door walk-in shower with white subway tile, new vanity, new toilet, new floor. This isn't a bathroom you'd expect at this price point. Heating is natural gas with a floor furnace. No central air. And in the mountains, that's less of a problem than you'd think. Summers are cooler up here than most of the South. A couple of window units and you're fine. And let's talk about the location. This is important because Beckley is not Welch. Beckley is the largest city in southern West Virginia. Population around 17,000. It has hospitals, grocery stores, restaurants, schools, a Walmart, a movie theater. It sits right at the intersection of I-64 and I-77, two major interstates. You're about an hour from Charleston, the state capital. This is not the middle of nowhere. This is a real town with real infrastructure, and this property is sitting on the edge of it on a secluded, wooded lot. And here's the thing nobody talks about when they talk about Beckley, the New River Gorge. In 2020, it became America's newest national park. Whitewater rafting, rock climbing, hiking, mountain biking, all within minutes. The bridge walk on the New River Gorge Bridge is one of the most iconic experiences in the entire state. People fly in from other countries for this. You'd drive 15 minutes. So, 3 bedrooms, a new bathroom, new floors, new windows, a metal roof, 2.5 acres of secluded land, a shed, and proximity to a national park, all for $39,900, with a $67 annual property tax. That's not a house. That's a second chance. You just watched 5 properties in one state, from $225,000 all the way down to $39,900, from cathedral ceilings on a lake to a bungalow on 2.5 acres with a $67 tax bill. None of these were mansions. None of them were perfect, but every single one of them was real. Real listings, real prices, real land, and real possibilities. While people argue about whether the housing market will ever come down, places like West Virginia are sitting right here, quietly, waiting for someone to pay attention. These aren't hypothetical. These are on the market, right now. If this video changed the way you think about what's possible, subscribe to Tiny Bucks Houses. We find properties like these every single week, in states most people have already written off. Hit the bell so you don't miss the next one. And all the links to every property in this video are in the description below, with full photos, details, and agent contacts. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next state.